What is going on, guys? This is Boy Jeff or Phantom Falcon here today. I know it's been a little bit between these long in between the videos, but I'm back. I'm gonna try a new game. It's called Factorio. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I think it's the most played game right now I have in my Steam library. I think I've got like 337 hours. Yeah, I got 337 hours on it. I think I've got the gist of the game. I'm in no means a pro at the game. I'm just starting off on the title screen as like a fresh beginning to the new series that I hope that I can keep going because I absolutely love this game. I've been with it since probably about the late part of 0.14. I can't remember what update I was on precisely, but I kind of learned everything in 0.15. That's when I started everything up. But anyways, though, let's get into a game. So I'm gonna. Oh, I should probably save a last world. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just start up a new game. I think I'm gonna do. I don't know. I want to do default. But I don't want enemy expansion, so that I don't have to constantly be pushing them back and keeping them away from my base. I kind of want to just take them out and they'd stay dead forever. So, like, I don't want to have to worry about them absolutely destroying me. I'm gonna keep my trees pretty good. I hate cliffs. Like, by God, I don't like cliffs. I think it was a dumb addition to the game. It just annoys me more than anything else. Alright. I'm gonna keep everything basically normal for this. I want to generate a preview. So, oh, it's spawning in a very desertous area, and I'm not liking that because pollution in these can spread very far away. I kind of want something like this. Everything is a lot closer than you actually think. So, like, there's a desert up here. I'm gonna find a good seed because this is gonna be my first playthrough, and I really want it to go great. So, good iron. Huh. I got a good amount of stone, but I don't want to have to rely on it. I think that I'm gonna have my main belt system kind of over here and go up this way and then clear out these enemies. I need the enemy bases to be low. Oh. Well, I guess this is the world we're getting. Alright. So this is Factorio. I know that the graphics are a lot better than what they used to be, but yeah, this is what it looks like for the most part, if you guys don't know what Factorio is. Now, one of the first things that you're going to do, oh, I haven't played in a while, is going to be going into your inventory, going under production, and making 2 iron axes, because those are going to be very important to mine this stuff much faster, and kind of get on the road to success much faster. I don't intend this gameplay at all to be funny, really. I mean, there will be ironic times, but I don't intend for it to be in any means funny. Like, I know that might be a kind of a buzzkill, but I intend this to be very professional-like-ish. And I kind of want to keep the episodes to about an hour long. So, I'm kind of hoping that's what it looks like. Now, I want to get up to that iron and start mining it as soon as possible so that I can... Oh, I've got a very small coal deposit. That's not good. I'm hoping that there is a lot more. So basically, this is your first thing that you should probably build, is just your burner into a stone furnace. You spawn with these 2 items, get some raw wood, and you click control, Oh, shoot. No, wrong thing. Control right click to put half the stack in, and then control left click to put everything else in. So I'm going to continue grabbing some stone. I'm not really thinking about cutting out too much. I happen to like these kind of playthroughs that are very explanatory and don't really have anything secretive about them. I like everything to be right there. I would like to know how to do everything, but that isn't the world we live in, so there are gaps in my knowledge in certain things. So I'm going to want to get a few things up and running. So immediately I have that. I'm going to craft 2 of these right away. I'm going to take all of that I have and build a burner. By the way, if you click control right click, it takes all of the iron plates out of one of those. And now I am just waiting for another one. That's 2. Now a good trick that I know a lot of people use, and I use it plenty myself, is to take 2 burner mining drills, facing towards each other like that, and place a single piece of anything in them, and what will happen is they'll infinitely produce stuff. Well, not infinitely. They'll keep putting stuff into each other's fuel, which will in turn power them basically forever until the stuff below them runs out. Now, the thing about this is that you constantly need to put fuel in it. But right now, the 2 main things that you should really be focusing on is getting coal and getting iron. Also, you want a decent amount of stone in your inventory because you're going to be doing a lot of crafting that requires stone and iron in the very beginning. So those are going to be the couple things that you kind of want to focus on. You also want to get plenty of wood. I would recommend getting about 200 in the beginning, assuming that you don't use it all on furnaces. And that will basically set you up for stuff like crafting chests and power poles for the most part. And that's kind of the bare minimum that I ever gather. But if it's like this and it's like really far away from each other and it's not very fun to run everywhere and grab it, then I tend to just stick with about 200 minimum. I don't really have an upper limit. I'd probably say only about 1,000 at the maximum, because then you kind of end up with leftovers and you're forced to use it. But anyway, so let's collect all these trees. And I'm going to be trying to get, as soon as possible, a research station with automatic crafting of the red science pack. Now, the red science pack is the #1 science pack that you get. Like, in general, it's the first. You have access when you first spawn in to the science pack 1 and 2. They're normally just red and green, but yeah, I never call them by, science pack 1 or science pack 2. I'd say green, red. So now that I've got that, I'm going to want to take what I have and make a few of these just to kind of get on the road. So place down 1, 2, and 3. A quick thing to note if you're new to this game is that if you happen to place one of these on 2 patches, let's say you hit 1 coal and like the other 3 are iron, what's going to happen is it's going to do a 1 to 3 ratio. Basically every 3 iron it puts out, it's going to put out 1 coal until either the iron's gone or the coal is gone. And if one of the iron ore patches decides to disappear, it'll do a 2 to 1 ratio. which would make it not very fun to really do anything, because then you got to make a sorting system, and yeah, that's in my opinion never fun because it's bad. Now what I've done is I've expanded the amount of coal that can go into my system. I think I can now have 200 in here, which will help me keep everything all nice and powered. Now you can tell that my pollution, I have all of the things enabled because that's how I play. I like to be able to see where everything's going and where everything's operating. So, yeah, but anyways though, you can see that my pollution is expanding very far and very fast, simply because this is a desert biome and there are not a lot of trees to slow down the spread of pollution. Pollution attracts spiders, spiders attracts trouble, and trouble attracts destruction. So, one thing that you're going to want to research is maybe turrets, but I don't count on having to do that all that fast. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of handcrafting, so basically I want to get a small row of I want to show off this entire game. I'm not going to be in any means necessary going at full speed, although I am going pretty fast at the moment because the beginning is very boring and there's not much to it. It's more the stuff towards the end that's all juicy and fun to do. So yeah, this is basically the first, I don't know, few minutes of a Factorio playthrough. Is just you sitting here waiting for iron, getting what you need, crafting what you want. Now a thing that you're gonna want to do is, I'd say, well, I'm gonna craft 6 of these because I'm gonna pick these up and then I'm gonna put them in a row and try and automate getting more of the necessary resources that I need to automatically do everything for me. Because that's what Factorio is. It's all about automation. So basically, well, I typically don't do this simply because it's something that I never saw as necessary, but I always did see it as part of the game. But anyways though, I'm basically going to grab all of my resources that I possibly can right now, and I'm just going to pick up any and all burners that I have left down here, place them like that. See, this game is about constantly upgrading, and you're going to be doing that a lot. So I have to craft a ton of these, and because these output right into this, what I can do is I can go like that, go right down the middle. Oh wait, I'm going to want to do a split because I want to run a dual system, which means going like that. And I'll show you why I did this in a second, but basically I'm going to go down, spread these out like that, and then I'm going to want initially just 4 of these just so I can get iron production back up and running. And then take my coal, control right click up everything so that I can put lots of these things in. Grab this, I'll grab more coal, put more of this stuff in. Now, the number one thing that you're going to have to worry about are these burner inserters, and they are a pain in the butt, simply because they don't have limitless energy. Nothing in this game does. Everything requires balance, and everything has that balance. So basically, all I've done is automated some of the process, but it was already basically doing this. So, in some purposes, there was no purpose of me really doing this. But in a sense there is, because it helps me with future upgrading. So I don't want to have to build too many of these, so there's a tactic that you can do really nice and easily, is to spread these, and then I'm going to pick these up, and I'm going to place down them like that. And now I want to craft a lot of these, and 6 of these. Now what I'm doing now is something very, very simple. And I just realized that I don't have splitters. Oh no. That's alright, I can make this work. It's just gonna require a little bit more creativity. Now I would highly recommend that you don't do this, for the simple reason that it's a little overkill. Like, you don't really need to do this. I just do it for convenience and peace of mind, allowing me to do other stuff. So, yeah, basically all I'm doing right now is I'm making it so that it's basically doing what it did before, just better, and it takes up a little bit more room. But in the end, it is all worth it because it saves a lot of time. I mean, I'm not doing a speedrun or anything, I'm just kind of wanting to be productive in the sense that I don't want to have to constantly be running around, refueling stuff, and doing that kind of thing. Alright, so burner inserters, yes, those are very annoying. They become obsolete so very fast, and they are just straight up annoying. So, as you can see, I've entered the second kind of area of pollution, and that's when you know that I've really pumped up what I'm doing with the environment. And it's kind of like real life in the sense that pollution makes everything go bad really fast, but it's just a game, so there's no real life consequences. So yeah, now I don't want to put these in, sorry, I'm stumbling over my own words. I don't want to build more of these than I have now. My main concern right now is getting power, and to do that I need copper. The main 2 items that you get at the very beginning is coal and iron. Those are the 2 things that you're going to really want to focus on until you've got enough that you know that you can just come over here, pick up, you know, a couple hundred, and run away. Now, I'm going to want a few more inserters, and I'm wondering if I've got any stone. Yes, I've got a patch of stone up there. So, yeah, I'm going to go and grab that. Stone is something that you're not really going to need till, well, you're going to need it throughout your entire gameplay, but it's something that isn't overly needed in the beginning. So the best thing I find to do is just to, you know, mine up a little bit, or like a lot, I guess. Build a iron chest, run down, grab a burner inserter, flip it around, do that, and dance all around. Now I'm going to run down here, grab a boatload of coal, because that's what I'm going to need. Alright, so 50, I'm just going to throw 25 in there. I'm just going to do that for now, and that should supply me with everything I need. Oh, another tip that you might want is that you can see how I'm toggling the little yellow arrows and the stone symbol on the chest, and how I'm doing that is I'm pressing Alt. Alt, I believe, sorry, left Alt will bring up the signs and lower them. I tend to keep them on all the time because I like to see what's happening in my factory and how it's happening. So now that we have this underway, I need to go and get copper. So I'm going to need burner inserters. I need more stone. I can't believe it took me that long to figure it out. Sorry guys, I might be a little bit tired. It is pretty late at night right now. It's 1:45 in the morning right now for me. So that's when I'm recording this, at least. Copper, I find, isn't overly necessary in the very beginning, so I tend to kind of put it off and just have a decent little smelting line with, you know, 4 of these. And this is basically the beginning of the game. Just running back and forth, grabbing stuff, and doing what you need to get by. Now, one thing that you guys may notice is that it is very dark for all of you guys. And I'm very sorry about that, but I'm going to try and get light, like, really soon. Like, I think that might be the one of the first things that I research is lights, simply for you guys. Because I know that you guys can barely see the outer region of my screen during nighttime, and that is very annoying. I know that from other YouTubers that annoys me, so I know it must annoy some other people out there. So, sorry if I'm getting off topic of what I'm doing. Really easy. I like to ramble a lot, and yeah, a lot of my friends will tell you the same thing, that I kind of just talk and talk and talk. But anyways though, copper in the beginning, not overly important, but there is still a place for it in everything. I have picked up some tricks from other YouTubers. I forget the one girl that I learned it off of. I think it was like Sky of Arcadia. I can't remember her name. But that's going to be a tip for another day. I think that's her name. Or her YouTube name, at least. Anyways, though. I got more coal and run back. This is always fun. Very beginning. Some people love the grind, some people hate it. I mean, I've always loved grinding for what I need. But, I mean, when it's overly excessive, it's a little annoying. So basically, you guys saw me crafting 2 steam engines, a boiler, and an offshore pump. I'm also going to craft a lab so that I have the 4 components that I need for this item to work. So basically, you take your offshore pump, and I want to build sorry about that, my throat's a little bit weird right now. I want to build my main thing over here, like my main belt and my main factory over here. So I kind of want to keep everything away from it, so that I have the room to do it. Now, there's ratios is pretty much so this entire game. I mean, you can brute force everything, and there are some people that like that. I kind of like to do brute force and just kind of add stuff as I need it. But one thing that I pretty much always do is the 2-to-1 ratio that comes with the steam engines and boilers. And now, if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically 2-to-1 is there's 1 boiler and there's 2 steam engines. This is mostly for new people that I'm explaining it for. If you've been playing the game pretty much so for any amount of time, you'll know that that's the ratio. Or if you didn't know that that was the ratio, well, there you go. That's what you need. Now the burner inserter with the boiler, that's kind of a standard that I do, because if you don't have enough power to power your base, what makes you think that you're going to be able to power a inserter to put stuff into your boiler so that you can keep powering? So basically what I'm saying is, if this if your boiler decides to kind of one day just say, oh yeah, I'm not really feeling like, you know, I'm not boiling enough, or there's not enough power for your entire base, your inserter will slow down, but not burner inserters because they have their own independent fuel source. And for the most part, I use those until I can get solar power, like solar panels, so that I constantly have some kind of energy to use it. But if I've got enough power, I tend to just use electric inserters so that I don't have to have the hassle of me doing that. And anyways, I want to get, before this episode is done, or even, well, I was going to say even conceive the idea of this episode ending, I kind of want to, oh, jeepers, what is going on? I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Alright, that's fun. I want to get a few things under control. So basically, you guys can tell that I'm not making enough. Well, now I am, because I just added more coal. But this is pretty much so the right ratio, I think, that I need for iron to these furnaces. I'm pretty sure burner drills and furnaces craft stuff at the same speed. And when I say craft, these things take however many seconds, I forget how many, to make one plate, and these take about the same amount of time to make one ore, so that there will always be a sort of balance. Now with this, I need 10 science packs. Red science packs are the ones that I'm after, and for that I need to run down here and grab copper, because copper is one of the ingredients for science packs. Now, science, I want to go over this in as much depth as I can, because there are some people, like myself, that absolutely despise of this thing. Well, I don't despise of it, I should just say that I'm not the world's biggest fan on it. I'd rather have another system, like a progression system, that is different to this, but I can't put it in words on how to do it. So, basically, this is your, okay, this is your lab. Your lab is basically the life of your factory and what you're going to be using 99.9% of the time to do everything. Going into your research, which is T, if you're running stock stuff, normally the first thing that a lot of people get is automation, so that they can get the assembling machine and long-handed inserter, and those are kind of things that you need to do in order to progress on in the game. You mostly need the assembling machine. The long-handed inserter is just more of a convenience than anything else, but I really want to get optics so that I can light up my world, but I guess I do need power, so I also need logistics. Well, I need everything in here basically. So I'm gonna research this, and now you can tell that I now have a new objective up here in the top right hand of my screen. And once this is done crafting, I will grab these and control right click. You notice that these start going a little bit, and this starts going, and my automation is now going up. So that is basically the gist of Factorio and what you're going to be doing 99% of the time to work for. So now, I'm going to craft another 10 of these, just because I have the time to. And I want to go into a little bit more depth on the overall objective of this playthrough, and my kind of direction I want to head with this. I kind of want to learn from you guys, the veterans of this game, to better understand what it is that I should be doing as somebody that's providing content and trying to teach other people myself. Because, I mean, a lot of people that play this game love to get better at it. I'm one of those people. I like to think of myself as a completionist, so I like to see things through. Alright, so now that I have 10 more science packs, I'm just going to go ahead and chuck these right in. Now, I want to stay back a little bit, and I'll tell you why. because I'm gonna go and place down 3 of these, and I think this is going to be my kind of area. Actually, no, this is just gonna be really, really temporary. I say that stuff's gonna be temporary, and then it ends up being, you know, permanent. By mistake a lot of the time. So assembling machines, they do the crafting for you. That's all I really have to say. There are 3 tiers. Each one does a specific thing, and everything does it differently. Well, not differently. It does it all the same. There's really no difference. To craft the first tier, which is the red tier, is you've got to have 2 of them. And because this is temporary, I'm just gonna go like this. This needs to craft the red version, and this is needing, oh geez, I'm sorry, is to craft that. And instead of grabbing these really bad burner inserters, I now want to craft regular inserters because they are much faster and better. But instead of requiring a regular, like just coal to power them, they now require electricity. And that's where these poles start to come into the game like crazy, and they will rule your life and ruin it at the same time with horrific cables running everywhere. So place that down. Boom. Now these aren't just going to craft just because you know, power them up and everything. You need the ingredients to do so. So basically, I want a small belt, and this is where things start getting crazy because now I need 16 here. So that is 5, 10, 15, 16. I need 16 inserters to replace all these, and these are going to go back. These are going to go in with my burner inserter. Well, my boilers to continue powering everything. Jeez, I've been talking a lot. All right, sorry about that. So now, to keep things moving, I want to only replace the ones that haven't been touched, really. One big upgrade that you're going to see is electric mines, and now those things are another huge step that requires you to take preparation and finish up basically whatever you need to do in order to use them. So before I get into that, I want to do this. And the next thing I should focus on is getting logistics. Now, I'm not going to craft any of the things that I actually need for it. Simply because of one reason. I don't need to, because everything is now, well, not everything. A lot of the stuff I have now is automated and all all nifty. I shouldn't say nifty. Now, oh my god, I need to make a mall so that I can get this stuff that I'm constantly crafting automated, because it is so annoying having to craft the same old items over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Alright, now I did that just because I wanted to. Now you can tell that I have lots of iron now, and I'm basically just gonna go like this, run it up. Stupid transport belts. Now I'm gonna want a similar system that I have here down in the copper area, but now you can tell that I have a huge pollution cloud, because now I have way more technology and things that I have. So to limit that, you can do an upgrade with electric mining drills that help you with that, and they take away this. They take away the pollution of 10 and replace it with what is it? pollution. Where the hell's pollution? I don't know. Oh, Jesus. Alright, so now you can tell that these are pretty much so going up and down a lot now. Before I go ahead and just rip all this up, I would like to come down here, and I'm going to make 4 of these, because I'm going to show you the upgrade that I now have, that I want to get, and I'm going to grab 5, 6, 7, 8 of the furnaces, and grab power poles and run it all the way down. Now if you click and hold the direction that you're going, it will automatically place them at their maximum distance. This applies to every single one of the power poles that you can get from the biggest, what are they called? I can't remember. I'm lost for words right now. So, yeah. I'm starting to lose my train of thought, so I might be wrapping up this episode real soon. So basically, there are 2 ways that I normally see mining. There's the fast way, and then there's the efficient way. The efficient way is normally preferred for players that like maximum efficiency and don't really care about speed. But me, I care a whole lot about speed, and now that I got lamps, I'm going to start crafting them. So I'm going to go like this. Oh wait, no, I need to go like this. And I don't have splitters yet, so I can't actually do that. Sorry, I'm leaving you guys kind of in the dark. I can't yet place down... I can't bring down coal here yet because I don't have splitters. And splitters allow me to really kind of dig in and find what I need. Well, not find what I need. I know what I need. Alright, so let's get copper production back up. Need to run back up there and grab more coal. I think this has been a very productive first episode of Factorio. I don't intend to really cut out anything unless it's something that is private, like somebody barged in my room and something just happened to be happening. I don't know. It's not like I'm hiding anything. They can hear. My parents can hear me outside my door. Alright? But anyway, so I'm going to get this system all puckered up, I guess I should say. And, yeah, I guess I'll be heading off when I'm done. Anyways, though, let's finish this up. Now, Factorio is one of those games that you can get lost in for hours. Like, you'll say, yeah, I'm just gonna play for, you know, two hours, and then you wake up. Well, not you don't wake up. Well, you do. I hope you wake up. That would be awful. Playing Factorio at night, and then all of a sudden you don't wake up. What the hell happened? Nothing. You just died. Alright. So, I'm going to place down everything I need. All nice and checkerboarded. Not checkerboarded. Alright, yes. I have forgotten about these. The lit lights. Alright. So now that I have that, I want to bring this up, over, up, over. Now, this stuff is, again, very, very temporary. This is basically the first episode coming to its end. All I want to do is I want to hook it up and start producing the last thing and have everything all hunky-dory, daily-do. So, come on. I think next episode I'm going to start crafting all of the little things that I need. like, you know, all these frickin' belts. You're gonna use hundreds of them, and it doesn't matter how many I produce because I'm always going to need more. Like, no matter what happens, I'm always going to need 10 times these. Alright, so now that I have that, these should be working pretty, well, not pretty darn hard. We're working decent now. I'm going to throw all coal that I have in there. And then I'm going to craft 5 more inserters. And once I get science, that's going to be a wrap. Come on. And I think that's really everything I need. Alright, so that right there is what I need. I now take this. If I haven't really been explaining everything that I should have, just kind of let me know down in the comments, because I'm thinking I'm doing a pretty good job of explaining on what I'm doing. And because I've left everything in here, if I hadn't explained something, you can just go back, watch it again until you get it. And if you still don't get it even after that, just leave me a comment down below. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment. I've said that 10,000 times now. I'm gonna say it again. Let me know if I should play any other games like this, if you guys like this, if I should continue with games of this kind of way, I should say. I like that. But anyways, though, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry about the really long video, or short. I don't know.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. This could be us.